So thank you, Nandaji, to begin with, for inviting all those people, all my friends, and I want to thank Pallidureji for coming all the way from Gandhigram to bless this occasion, and thanks to Rajendra Bhai for his presence here today. Thanks to Belinda Behan, we have worked together for long now, many years. Thank you, Belinda Behan, for coming today. Thanks to Henry Bhai for being here. Thanks to Push for being here. I was listening very carefully. Of each word that the appreciation. I know each one of you for quite some time now. Like Henry Bhai is an old friend. When I was appointed as Supreme Court Commissioner on Bonded Labour, he was the lawyer. This was a petition which Henry Bhai, through Henry Bhai, it came to the Supreme Court, and then I was asked to be the inquiry commissioner. Many years of relationship with each one of you. So when you say something, it's very, very valuable to me. Each word that you spoke will remain with me for quite some time now. I will reflect on it. And there are many other friends sitting among the audience who are equally important. Everyone is not speaking today, so many of you are there, equally important. So this award, this Nivano award, is for justice and peace. The underlying principle is somebody who has worked many years for justice using non-violent method, ultimately to create a peaceful world order. So while receiving the award, I was reflecting how much space is there now for struggle for justice. You know, how much space is there now for us to struggle for justice. So I told them, look, this is not the India in which I was born. I was born in a different India. I was brought up in a different India. I worked in a different India. And now I am living in a different India. And I don't understand the present India. I'm struggling to understand the India. With full of hate, full of dislike, full of young people writing anything that they want to write in social media. I mean, this is not the India I was born and brought up. Today when the media person came, I told her, look, this is a new India in which I am living. Why do I say that? You know, social workers used to get a lot of respect in India. When India became free, this was a decision that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru will go to Delhi, but Vinoba will go to villages. Because Nehru and Vinoba, both of them knew that unless we create awareness at the bottom, unless we organize people, democracy is hollow. Nehru sitting in Delhi is not going to make democracy work. Democracy will work, democracy becomes vibrant when people are vibrant. So Vinoba said, look, I am not coming to Delhi. I will go to villages, I will work with people. And he walked through India for 14 years. That is part of the history. Doing what? Creating awareness for land distribution, redistribution of land and resources. Like Lohia said, Dhan aur daulat bat ke rahegi, bhooki janata ab na sahegi. Means the land and resources will be distributed in this country. The poor people are not going to wait anymore. That's what Lohia said. So Vinoba was on that agenda, distribution of land and resources. And Nehru was on an agenda of creating a secular state. How do we create a secular state? And I tell you how much respect Nehru had for Vinoba. Every time a 5-year plan is drafted, the first draft will go to Vinoba for his approval. And Vinoba will look through and say, okay, this document is missing this word, village is not there, what are you going to do for villagers? So Vinoba's inputs, because he is walking in the villages, he is with the people, he knows more about the country than Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sitting in Delhi. So his words are taken very seriously by Nehru, and the draft is changed, and this document becomes public. So see the respect for people who are working in the villages. When the idea of block development office came, the first block development officer was a Sarvodaya person, a person called A.V. Swami, who then became the director of Oxfam, then became member of parliament. A.V. Swami was the first block development officer of India who was working with Vinoba Bhave. He was walking with Vinoba Bhave in the villages, and suddenly they said, look, can we get one block development officer, because we need an example of how a block development officer can work at the block level with the people. So the respect for a person working at the bottom was expressed. When there was huge problem in Nagaland, they approached Jayaprakash Narayan. Jayaprakash Narayan is like a social worker. He is not for power in Delhi. He said, can JP, you go to Nagaland and help us? Now look, Manipur is burning. Did the Prime Minister of India come to any one of us and say, look, please go to Manipur and help us? Jayaprakash Narayan was approached by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to go to Nagaland and bring peace. I also worked with JP at that point of time in Nagaland, like our Dr. Aram went to Nagaland to work for peace with Jayaprakash Narayan. Social workers were approached by the highest authority of the country to bring peace. When Chambal Ghati was burning, Indira Gandhi went to Jayaprakash and Subbarao and said, please help us to bring peace in Chambal Valley. That is where I joined Jayaprakash. If you look at the history of India, you will find the authorities in India gave respect to social workers, listened to their voices, and they thought sitting in Delhi is not going to solve the problems of the world. We need to work with the social workers and bring about change at the bottom level. And that is the India in which I was born and brought up. Now this India is quite new to me, where every social worker is an anti-national element, every social worker is a terrorist, every social worker need to be looked by the police department. But what is this? What is happening in this country? I mean, in 75 years, where have we arrived? From a situation of respect to situation of suspicion and disrespect, total disrespect. So we need to see how do we change the situation. So receiving this award, I was reflecting, Henry Bhai, what am I going to do with this award? Money is good. I mean, this is something like 1 crore 26 lakhs. That is what the amount of the award is, out of which 30% will go to Government of India, that is 40 lakhs will go to Government of India, only 80 lakhs will come to me, right? And with this 80 lakhs we want to do world peace. So I said this money will be used for, our Arogya Swami was here, I don't know whether he is still here. He is there. Arogya Swamiji is advising me that, okay, you can't save the tax, but you will have to use the remaining money for doing something for the nation, for the world, etc. So one big challenge is that, is this the India we want to live? That is what Henry Bhai was asking. Is this the kind of India that we want to live in, or can we bring about some change? Can we see that the people at the bottom can also get some respect? Why I say this, like all of you said, I mean, Pandit Dureji said it very clearly, Belinda Behan said it, Henry Bhai said it, Rajendra Bhai said it, Rajendra Bhai got bigger award than I got. I mean, I got smaller one. He got big one. Right? He got the water prize. Water prize is equivalent to Nobel. My prize is only called the religious Nobel. I mean, his prize is really good one. I don't know how much money is there. I will find out. Right? So this is something very, very important for all of us when we receive this kind of award to reflect. How do we bring about change in this country? Not change for voluntary sector. I believe because of the voluntary sector, because of the voluntary work, so many people will get benefited. All these Adivasis and Dalit and marginalized communities and fisher folks. You know, every day I keep meeting some of these groups and I hear their stories. Landless people, they are getting more and more marginalized. See, in a globalizing world where powerful people, multinational companies and national companies are face to face with the fisher folks, the farmers, the Adivasis, the Dalit, you know who is powerful. When the state will take position with the powerful, then they become really very powerful. So in the award speech, I made a long speech. I don't want to get to everything. But one area, what I was trying to say, Henry Bhai, is okay, people need to be non-violent. This we understand. We have learnt it. But when is the state going to be non-violent? I told it, this is my fourfold approach to building non-violent society. When is the state going to be non-violent? 75 years. Why can't the state become non-violent? Why should Missouri trained IAS, IAPS officers sit in the office and send the policeman to beat up everybody in the street? Women coming saying that we don't need an alcohol shop in our village, you use police force against them. Women coming to ask for drinking water, you use police force against them. Why can't the educated people, highly qualified people becoming collectors and SPs of districts learn to talk? Why don't you get out of your office and talk to these people? They only want somebody to speak to them. But that we will not do. We want to use police everywhere. So state has become too violent and we have approved it. Somehow we understand this notion that state can be violent, people need to be non-violent. Why is it so? So after 75 years in the country of Buddha, in the country of Mahavir, in the country of Mahatma Gandhi, why can't the state be non-violent? And even in those countries where there is no Buddha, there is no Mahavir, there is no Mahatma Gandhi, I find state is more non-violent, more tolerant. They speak, they come out, they shake hand. Even in a country like Armenia, which was part of Russia for many years, when the police will approach you, they will only call you sir. Sir, you don't have a mask, please use your mask. Sir, you are invited to the police station. No? So there is some bit of a politeness, right? But our state is so aggressive on people. So one fold, out of the fourfold, one fold is that okay, people need to be non-violent. The economy need to be non-violent. This is a very aggressive top-down economic model. People have no chance. Indians have never can come out of poverty if this is going to be the economic model that we perpetuate, we promote. The educational model is completely violent, full of competition, cutthroat competition, corruption, getting somewhere somehow, right? So when you have a violent political system, violent educational system, violent economic system, violent bureaucracy, how can you ever expect a non-violent society emerging out of it? So there is a huge contradiction. So we need to change at different levels. But now I am working on this idea of how do you help the bureaucracy to understand this idea that they need to be more non-violent. I should close with that. Thank you very much, and I hope I'm thankful to you, because when you felicitate, you are not felicitating me. We are felicitating our togetherness, and also setting an agenda for future together. We need to work together in the coming days to bring about drastic change in the system in this country, and provide justice, because without justice there is no peace. I mean, all that peace that you see now is based on police and force. Some kind of a peace that you see is not because of justice. This is just because there is police and force. And how long are we going to have a society based on police and force? And that is no peace. Real peace will come when there is justice, and we need to work for it. Thank you very much.